What's up, everybody? This is your boy Kendric back at it again with another player interview for the upcoming Friday fight night here in Heroes Hearth. Warcraft 3. This time, the new challenger is sitting in here with me, and the name is CrunCher, man. Good to have you on the show. Thank you so much for stopping by. Why don't you just give a short introduction? Which race you play, what do you do outside of Warcraft 3, and just all the good stuff.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So I'm CrunCher. I've been playing this game since when it came out originally. I started getting into ladder around like 2007, 2008, and I quit back in 2010 when the scene started dying out some. I came back recently, sort of this year. I play human from America, and that covers most of it.
Cool. Awesome. And to start off the interview, I want to read out something that someone tweeted to me or tweeted at me today when we had, the announcement of the podcast and, all this stuff where we basically said that you would be the new challenger. Let me find the tweet. Here it is. So someone said, in my opinion, CrunCher is tied with Thorazane and Hawk for the best human outside China and Korea. So what do you say to that when you hear such praise from people on Twitter?
Well, I'm thankful, but I don't think that's necessarily true. I'd say Hawk is definitely a step above me and Thorazane.
Mhm.
If I had to put the rankings, I'd say it's Hawk, then Thorazane and me pretty close, but I would give the edge to Thorazane because he has such a unique play style and it's really methodical. I really enjoy watching it.
And who, in your opinion, is the best human in the world right now?
Have to go to TH probably.
Cool.
He's just extremely well in all kinds of like micro, macro game planning, thought decisions. It's
Mhm.
good to watch. It's awesome to watch.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So, there's a little bit of hype or a little bit of expectations around you coming into this fight night, and your opponent will be LiiLD.C from Sweden, a Night Elf player who dismantled Shaddai 2 weeks ago. And LiiLD.C, he has a long history in the game, such as yourself. He's been around for a long time, used to play for 4K alongside players like Grubby, for example. So, very strong and very experienced player. What is your take on your opponent? Have you played him before on ladder or NetEase, or is he a little bit of a stranger, a little bit of a dark figure that you cannot really measure that well?
So I don't think I have played LiiLD.C any time since I came back. I may have played him back in like 2009 or 10 or something. I
Hmm.
can't remember. I'm definitely familiar with him and all the Swedish people.
Hmm.
Knopf and Thorazane, and
Yeah.
uh, we hang out with Knopf quite a bit on Twitch. Me and NA people, so I'm pretty familiar with all the Swedish people. As for his play style for LiiLD.C, I know he has a lot of strategies, and he's definitely a good player. So I have to watch his replays and learn how he plays.
So let's move on one step further away from your opponent per se and into the matchup. Night Elf Human, we've seen plenty of it during the WGL winter, which is still going on at the moment. And I think it's safe to say that humans have found their stride against Elf after getting dominated, next to the other races at the beginning of 1.30. Do you think Night Elves are, struggling a little bit at the moment? Who would you give edge to in this matchup yourself personally?
Yeah, Elf definitely has a tough time right now, and pretty much I would say all their matchups.
Hmm.
They're in the rankings. I'd say they're the weakest race right now.
Hmm.
Coming off from 1.30 when they were the Keeper of the Grove was insane.
Yeah.
There's definitely some over nerfs on some things, and some things going to be buffed and changed. So I definitely think the matchup favors human right now, um, which is because back in the day, human versus elf was one of the best matchups to play.
Yeah.
You'd have a lot of different strategies. You'd have all this going on, hit and runs and timings, attacks, and you see elf going 10 different first heroes and human trying to counter them. So it was
Mhm.
definitely, I would say, it was my most favorite matchup to watch and play back in the day. And now it's kind of like after the keeper patch in 1.30, that kind of like ruined a lot of the matchups for a while. And at this point in stage, from what I've seen, most elves just struggle a lot versus human right now. So I would say overall, I give myself the edge in my games against LiiLD.C this week.
You have any personal favorite matchups at the moment, or you don't really care about it?
Well, so for a while, I guess I should say human versus undead would be a really fun matchup if we could have matchup where both races got to tier 3, one, maybe two bases, and they just had, try hero versus try hero. There's a lot of healing going on, enemy nuking, all these micro and macro decisions you have to make. So Human vs. Undead, if it could get to a tier 3 versus tier 3, try hero versus try hero kind of end game fight, that's my favorite. At the moment, when you're dealing with us like fast expo kind of stuff and defending versus the fiend push, it's not my favorite right now. Um, like I said, Elf used to be my favorite. So I guess right now it'd have to be probably Orc.
How much time have you had recently to prepare for competitive games? We on Fight Night we sometimes have players who only can play on the weekend, like Shaddai. He didn't really have much time, but still impress us with good performance. How seriously were you able to practice at the moment?
So I've been pretty busy with the end of the semester coming up.
Hmm.
Haven't had too much time to play, but with Thanksgiving break, I'm actually off for a few days. So coming up into the match, I'll be able to prepare and train and practice and learn the matchup of my opponent. So coming when I play LiiLD.C Friday, I'll be prepared for sure.
Nice. Maybe the last question before we send you off, CrunCher. Are we going to see more of you, in online cups or other tournaments, qualifiers? How seriously are you planning on maybe getting into the game again when Reforged comes out? Tell us a little bit more about your future plans.
So I definitely enjoy competing, practicing, playing tournaments, all that kind of stuff. Only problem is I'm in my last year of school. I'm just extremely busy all the time.
Right.
It's a lot of stress. So trying to get practice in game time, which playing in tournaments is also stressful. So how much I'm going to play, it's hard to say. Whenever I have time, I'll definitely be playing. I enjoy the game a lot. I enjoy the community and playing with all the NA people and even the EU people. So in the future, I'll definitely be trying to play as much as I can. It kind of just depends how busy I'll be coming up in the next, half a year or so.
Reforged Paladin haircut, yay or nay?
No, 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 no. Nay.
Okay. All right, man. Final words belong to you. Any shout outs, any people you want to mention, feel free to shoot it.
Yeah, I'd like to thank some of the practice partners I've been playing with. I'll keep them secret for now, but maybe in the future I could shout them out.
Cool.
Just after I hopefully win this Friday.
Cool.
I'd like to thank I don't know who I want to thank. I guess I think Arc. He has a Learning Night Elf series and America's Cup on Saturdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. I played quite a bit with him actually, so go name drop him already.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for coming up on the interview, CrunCher. It was a real pleasure to get to know you a little bit better. And if you guys out there want to see CrunCher play in the upcoming fight night, then make sure to tune in on Twitch. Twitch.tv/HeroesHearth is the place to be. LiiLD.C against CrunCher, Human versus Night Elf. What more can you ask for? And if you can't make it for whatever reason, feel free to subscribe on this channel here on YouTube. The VOD will be up there super fast this time. Just a couple of hours, maybe a couple. Actually, we're gonna keep it at a couple of hours, so you're definitely not gonna miss out. Until then, guys, see you on Friday. Have a good one.